Hey, what's going on, everybody? We are live. Just like we said we were going to. I think we might only be like 30 seconds, maybe 60 seconds late. So that's pretty good for a podcast, you know?
Yeah, it is, right? I mean, I think, hey, everyone. I was just, honestly, I was just stirring up my spaghetti. I was making a big batch of spaghetti for the kiddos.
And I was just telling Rob how I had to like race around like a chicken with my head cut off to be here by 7 o'clock today. And then Heather was doing the sound check with me, and he's like, "Oh, Rob's just finishing his spaghetti." So I figured, "Oh, that lucky bastard, he's getting to eat." And I didn't even get a chance to, I think I have a little iced tea here right now, but and then he sits down. He's like, "Oh, I didn't get to eat. That was for them." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool."
I don't even have iced tea, mate. I mean, I don't know. Dear, oh dear, can I have some iced tea? But
does
no,
it work that way? I wish I could just yell and get a drink.
If I usually yell like that, I end up wearing it. I end up wearing that the tea. I just want to say to start off, I'm on social media quite a bit, and it's very easy to get wrapped up in this. Oh, all these memes and hating on 2020. Well, it's for very good reason, and I get that. Just the only thing I would want to start this podcast off by asking everyone to see 2020 as part of a journey. For a lot of us, it's been a very painful journey. Well, it's almost like looking at it like an old house, what we really can't wait to move from. You don't go into the house. Most people would not go into this brand new house that maybe it's their first or second house, the first one that they've ever bought, and be like, oh, whine about the other house. All that they are focused on, and this is what I want you to focus on, is this fantastic new house called 2021 with umpteen possibilities, with positive energy, and lift your vibrational energy and frequencies and think positive thoughts going into 2021. And
yeah, everybody that's in the room, we could do that like a collective consciousness type thing. Everybody shoot those positive vibes, man. We need it.
We do. If we ever needed it, we need it now more than ever. And I think that's a wonderful sort of an experiment, really a manifestation that we can all do together, and the world can benefit from. Can you imagine if we were able to synchronize literally tens or hundreds of millions of people to all do that at the same time?
It's like the Force.
It really is. It'd be with you.
Let's I just want to jump in and say hi to some people that are in there. Holly, John, Arden Paranormal. We got Michelle Timmons over on Periscope, Dennis Glenn, Cheryl Niedermeyer. We got a ton of people in there. Guys, thanks for tuning into our first, little podcast thing. I thought it would be cool after the new year, just to kind of let everybody know what we've been up to. We did some filming over the summer, very reluctantly, but did some filming, got some stuff done. I mean, it's cool because we're able to put out some things now, but it's hard to do that with a big production, and having staff coming from everywhere. So
it was quite a challenge. So what we had to do was everyone right beforehand had got COVID tested, and then got our results back. I think the last two crew members got them back like on the day of.
Yeah, and one that I was going to be involved with in Buffalo, somebody tested positive, and we had to shut the whole thing down. So
yeah. Hi, Holly, Sydney, what's up? Sydney,
Renee, Courtney, Rick, Perry. Guys, Merry Christmas to everybody. I know it was just a few days ago. I hope everybody had a good Christmas despite everything that was, with the lockdowns and the COVID and all that stuff. And New Year's Eve is tomorrow. And I kind of wanted to get Rob on here a little bit, just so we could, when we're on set all the time, Rob is always, Dan, or he's stuck talking to Megan or whoever, and he's like, he's just starting to explain my grandfather, and I'm not telling him that he's right. I'm like, he starts explaining to me this gentleman that's behind me, and telling me things that he's saying, and I'm like, I want to push Rob. I want to push him to his limits, and I want people to realize what a great psychic medium he is. He calls himself a spirit medium, because he channels spirits. But he's also a great psychic medium, and he can also see spirits, around us when we're on set, and it's kind of weird in a way as well, but it's cool. And I wanted, I think you got your tarot cards. We can update everybody on what we're doing here, but if anybody is interested in getting a read from Rob, throw your question in the chat, and then I'm going to randomly pick questions here for Rob in between everything else that we're doing. That would be cool.
And we'll pull some cards, Dan, if you can select, maybe we can look. I just want to say, Rick Perry had, great. Merry Christmas. Thanks so much, mate. Everybody in here, thank you so much for joining us. Open to questions. One thing I want to start with as well is interpretation. And one of the things that I notice a lot is with psychics, mediums, whatever labels are for food, okay, that I do notice is this sort of game show culture that is a big, I think, a big problem and a misunderstanding in this particular sphere, with the paranormal world and within the realms of mediumship. And that is, you have to understand what we're shown or told or given, okay, is open to our interpretation of, for the best of our ability, how we interpret that literally is based on how well, okay, what it is we're shown and how easy that is to interpret or not. So, there is a deviance. There's no final answer. Okay, do you want to ask the audience? It doesn't work that way. So we are interpreters of what we are told, what we see, and what we're shown.
You're a messenger. You're just relaying the message.
A vehicle.
Yes.
I'm a Ford F-150. No, God, not a Ford. No, okay. I'm a
Ford Fiesta. Or are you more like a 450?
I don't know what Ford.
He's more one of the biggest things with Rob when I first started coming around was, I would say, Rob, if you're going to pick one of the Fords, he would be the 450, because he basically just loaded everything up on his shoulders, and took on the role of producer, executive producer, talent, getting new people on the show, promoting the show, finding clients. I mean, he did everything. And, part of being a team is working together, and dealing with heartache and dealing with loss and dealing with everything that has to go with doing a show, dealing with it together. And I think that's for season 10 and the end of season 9. Rob's grown a lot and been able to release the reins a little bit, because he knows that we're going to be there. We're brothers, sisters. We're all together on this, and we're going to work together. Everybody wants an amazing product, and he's just doing an amazing job. He did an amazing job for 10 years on this show, and it was just time. The end of season 9, he sat there and he said, "I think this might be the end, season 9." And I said, "No, it's not. It's not the end. You just sucked me in, buddy." And nobody wanted it to be the end. And I said, "We're just going to step up our game. We're going to do it differently. We're going to do it better." And I think that what we've put out the past 2 episodes is just, my God, it's like a whole new show. That's why we're calling them specials, because they are special. We put our everything into them, and just done an amazing job.
Thank you, Dan. But you know what? A show is only as good as its team, and I've been very blessed to work with some fantastic people, both in other seasons and currently, and we've evolved, year after year after year, because it's a passion. It's not about anything else other than the passion of video documenting what we're experiencing to the best of our ability. And I'm just very fortunate to have the most amazing team of cast and production crew. I'll do the award speech later. But,
Yeah, later.
Well, but I just want to say Renee Mather, okay, who is a very good friend of mine. She says, Rob, yeah, you're like a Ming vase. I don't know whether she means like you're rare and unusual, or you're an old bastard. But she's really laughing right now. Ming vase, thank you so much, Renee. That. God bless you. I think we're all vehicles. Let's see who we can have come through. Dan.
Now, yeah, guys. Now, when you ask your question for Rob, much like I used to do with Bernice, I always like to ask. Obviously, your name will pop up if you're using a name other than your screen name. If your screen name is different than your real name, tell us your real name, tell us where you're from, and then ask us your question, just so Rob can kind of hone in on where you are and what you're doing. And then we'll answer a few questions. I got one from Joe Manio. All right, so you ready to pull a card for Joe? Absolutely. He says he wants to know if he will finally reunite with his twin flame in 2021. What better year to do it than 2021?
Joe, this one's for you. I'm going to pull a card off the top here, and let's see if we have an answer for you here. Remembrance. Okay. This is the card. It's very interesting, and it applies. Yes, it does apply to you, Joe. It applies to a lot of us, really. Remembrance. This is about remembering and dealing with past severances, with past problems, with misunderstandings, with difficulties and relationships and otherwise, and moving on. This remembrance, remembering and growing from that experience rather than remembering with bitterness. So there's your card, Joe. I would say that, for me, that is telling me that provided you are in the right mindset and you embrace that reunion, that it will manifest. And what you have to do is really focus on doing so. Not, will this work out? Won't it work out? Or doubt. There can be no room for doubt. Feel the elation of that reunion and manifest it, set it, and let it go.
Yes, because especially if it's a twin flame, it's bound to happen. I mean,
your energies are intertwined.
Yeah.
Throughout dimensions. So you have to just manifest that and feel and believe and imagine that reunion, and it will manifest as long as you believe. It's like you can't fall back and have someone catch you. You can't sort of cheat. You can't be looking to see if they're going to catch you. You either believe or you don't. So believe, focus, set the intention, and let it go.
Yeah, I just want to let everybody know over on my YouTube page, I did go live on YouTube. Andy, Sue, Arden, thank you so much for tuning in on my YouTube. I can see all your questions that are coming in from any of the platforms that I'm streaming from. So just type in your question. This restream service that I have here is pretty amazing, and it just basically hauls all the questions and all the what people type in from all the different sources into one chat for us. It might be a little delayed, but it works, and it's pretty awesome. So we just answered that first question, and I think you did a beautiful job, Rob. I think that it's a niche for you, and I think that you should be doing this more, and I think you should be offering your services to other people that want. I mean, you've always said, I just want to help. I just want to help people, and by just being able to give people that little piece, I think you just need to see. Rob has a little bit of ADHD. He's a little, I don't know what it is, Rob. Why you can't just, it's like, for me, it would be easy to just put myself out on a platform, and for you, it's a little bit different. There's that little bit of doubt that I feel that you have, that I think you just need You need to get
Yeah.
over it. You just need to get over it and
I'm coming out.
forward.
You see, this is the
This is the coming
I'm
out.
seasoned. I would say 3 years ago or so, a very good friend of mine who is now passed, who's now a friend of mine and always will be in the spirit world, TV celebrity medium Derek Akora, God rest his beautiful soul, passed on January 3rd, in a few days from now, a year from now. And he said, Rob, look, why have you been hiding this? You've got a paranormal show and you're having other, mediums on the show. What do you do? And I said, I can't, I don't, it's a tough one to come out and I just don't feel ready. And he said, when are you going to feel ready, Rob? You've been given a gift and it's to help other people. When are you going to be, when's the time going to be ready? Next month, next week, next year? And it made me realize, we're not guaranteed another hour or another day. So I God bless you, Derek, for help giving me the confidence to come out. And yes, it is a process. So hopefully people who are also having these feelings will understand better by sharing my journey of growth as a medium.
Yeah. I just, while we're out promoting and whatnot, I just want to let everybody know about our 2 newest specials that we put out. We put one out on Halloween and we put one out on Christmas. You think Heather will have the next one ready by New Year's Day? No, I'm just kidding. She's going to kill me.
Yeah. You'll get your answer right after this, Dan.
But we put out our Winchester Mystery House special. It's on VidiSpace right now for viewing. It will be loaded onto Amazon Prime. They're just a little behind in getting things loaded, but it will be on Prime eventually. And on Christmas, we just uploaded our newest episode from Haldeman Mansions called Haldeman. And it was introducing our new cast member, Melody. Sydney is in the chat right now. She was with us in California, and she did an amazing job with us when we did that episode.
Yes,
so those are both available on VidiSpace. Now, if anybody is interested in getting VidiSpace, if you don't have it yet, there's a ton of amazing content on there. If you want to get it for like $2.50 and watch all these shows, just use promo code Shadows. My first directorial debut show is on there called Behind the Shadows, hence the shadow code. And you can get 50% off for the first year. So it's a good deal. Definitely get on there, check them out, give some reviews, let us know what you think. Because we're just really happy with what we did with these shows, and the cinematics and everything that we've done is just amazing. So please check them out.
All right. So you want to know a little bit about me? I'm going to tell you a little bit about me that you maybe didn't know. Okay. I'm a huge Whovian. All right. Doctor Who, a go-go, everything. And that is my doctor. Wait, that's my doctor. Not my actual doctor. But for him. But that was great meeting David Tennant at Comic-Con a couple of years back. But that's another story. I just wanted to take that down because I had a Dalek coming out of my ear.
Oh, nice. Well, it's nice. I mean, I think there's a lot of Whovians out there, for sure.
Absolutely. Jelly babies.
I got one from. I got a card that needs to be pulled for Katie. I saw Katie Telecki, right? She's one of my favorite people in Western New York, and she's been with her boyfriend now for almost a year, and she's looking to tie the knot, and she wants to know if she's going to be getting married sometime soon. So pull a card for her.
Okay, Katie, let's have a look and see.
Better to get married than get lost on one of the floors of Statler, right, Katie? We did this tour at Statler one time, and she got left on one of the floors, and we found her crying on one of the floors. Poor little girl.
Oh my goodness, that's like a labyrinth.
Yeah.
Wow.
What'd you get?
I think this tells me the answer that you want in itself, in one word. Achievement.
Nice.
Achievement. Wow. I mean, what could be more specific than that. Achievement, yes, your dreams are about to manifest. Go for it. Jump with both feet in, right up to your neck, and live. And live. This is where your inner self emerges and opens like a lotus flower and blossoms. And then as a result, beauty comes everywhere from it and within. You know that this is the right move for you. I say, the universe says, as I interpret it, go for it and breathe and eat and sleep and drink happiness and unity together.
And Katie, if the question doesn't get popped within the next 6 months, you let brother Dan know, your brother from another mother, and I'm gonna have a little meeting with your boyfriend, all right? And we'll get things straightened out.
Deal.
Um,
And bless you. Thank you so much for your question. I bless you and your marriage.
Katie is awesome. She's always been a fan, and she's always been a proponent for me. She's been to the Hinsdale house. She's been on so many different ghost hunts with me. And actually, we just got this past year, we got to do the GLF, that new place I was telling you about. It was just me and her, because she's afraid of heights, so she didn't want to go up to the top floor. So for about 45 minutes, it was me and her alone, getting a one-on-one session on the bottom floor, and we saw so many cool things happen. It was an amazing time. And it's so cool when you can have that personal relationship with somebody where you feel comfortable with them and you kind of know what their next actions are going to be. And we just gelled so well together. And I felt like me and her were a team that night. It was pretty cool.
You're sort of like you're very much a part of the energy that was happening in that moment. You know, people have said to me, I don't know if you know, there are a lot of people that have said to me, oh, you know, well, this happened and that happened, and next week this, and next month that. Try and live in the moment. Okay. If you want to read Tolley, you know, his books are fascinating, but live in the moment. Appreciate what you have right at this moment. Right at this moment, everyone that's on here with us has a roof over their head and has probably eaten. Okay. And
except for us.
Not apart from us, and hopefully, you know, is not sick. So there are so many things to be grateful for. So live in the moment, enjoy and participate fully, and immerse yourself in the moment without worrying too much about next week, next year. I know that's easy to say, particularly in these times.
There's a lot of lessons to be learned from something. You know, this plague stuff only happens like once every 100 years. And it's really humbled a lot of people throughout the past year, because it's brought, you know, I've done things that I life just goes by so fast, and you're so fast paced moving, and to be able to just sit back and every once in a while and just do things that you never got to do, like spend more time hiking, or, you know, play a board game with your kids, or it just, I think it I don't know, it brought life into perspective a little bit more. My family has always been my motivation, and I know it's the same for you. But just to be able to, you know, stop the busyness so much, you know, I mean, and actually live life with your family more.
Yeah.
It was kind of nice in a way.
Yeah, a year of many lessons, you know, absolutely. And I think there's so much we can take away from this, you know, and grow and be stronger and have a better understanding of our fellow man and the kindness that we're capable of when we come out the other side.
Yeah, I got one from Kathy Williams from Facebook. She's from Buffalo, and she said that her mom passed away from COVID in June, and with the way things were, she wasn't able to actually be with her, and she's just worried that she's at peace. You know, she wants to know if there's peace for her. You know, I know the answer already. I mean, but I'm sure you do as well. But pull a card and see what the cards say. And
when did she pass?
June, this past June.
So this has been in every imaginable way a year of complete hell, basically, for you. What you need to know that is that she has a more of an influence. Even I don't know how to make sense of this. You'll probably make sense of this, dear, better than I will. But she said that there's more. There's so much more that's better ahead. That everything that I've been saying, but specifically when she, you have to understand, when someone is a sickness, I'm assuming that it was a sickness, or not an immediate tragedy, but the things that inhibit us in this physical shell, whether they be disease, injury, genetic, whatever they may be, when we pass, we leave that behind, and she's with you in a way that she never could be before.
There's no sickness in the afterlife at all. And I just lost Rob, so I don't know. But I'm sure he'll log back in here. Let's see. I lost you there for a second. But Kathy, I feel like and since Bernice has passed away, I've had her, and this might sound crazy to some of you guys, but I feel like I have her in my head. And like sometimes I'm hearing her say things to me, and I have to be like, Bernice, shh, like she's, when I get like around psychics, when I get to around other psychics, she's coming through them all the time. Like I don't understand that she's trying to come through, or she's trying to let me know she's around, and I know she's around. I definitely know she's around. And Kathy, she's saying that you just need to open your eyes. Your mom is trying to show you she's okay. She's giving you a sign. So there's something she's doing around your house that is showing you. She wants to let you know she's okay, and she's at peace, and she is letting you know she's okay. And
I think that she's with you, and and you know that she's with you, because there are signs that you've been sort of like, was that her? Was that? Yes, it was, and it's a very beautiful thing. This makes my heart just run over with warmth. Reflection, self-examination, reflection upon what's happened with the loss of your mum over the last, year and a half, was it? Oh no, it was June this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was June this year.
June this year. Reflection, self-examination, and seeing through the distortion of the grief. No more sickness, no more troubles, no more suffering. And that suffering can be angst, that can be an emotional state, and physical. So hopefully, but I'm not telling you anything that you do not already know, because you've, I think, probably seen the lights flicker, or you've felt her presence, as you probably are right now. I'm certain that she is alive and well on the other side, and embracing her love for you like she never could before.
I just want to give you a couple of the comments in here. Melody Knapp, she says, Rob's amazing, and I'm so glad that I'm helping you break through those fears, doubts, and uncertainties, because she knows it too. We all do. Yeah. Hinsdale girl, that's Michelle. She's like, "Let's go, Rob." She's put an exclamation point. Like, let's get this game on the road here. Joe, who you pulled the card for, just wanted to remind us that he met us at Silicon Valley Comic-Con. He was Dustin from Stranger Things. Remember him with Marty McFly and Prince? Yes. Yeah.
Great guy. And
we'll be back. We'll be back next year, hopefully.
Well, we've actually been speaking. Joe has been messaging me since then, fairly often, and we've kept in touch. And that's one of the things that I love more than anything, is when someone appreciates the work that you do, and the gift that you have. And it's just as Derek said, to be able to help others' pain, to be able to reconnect or give people closure, whatever that happens to be, it's an honor of mine to be able to do that. And Joe's kept in touch, and you know, we've talked about his grandfather, and your grandfather, Joe, is just doing fantastically. He is, you know, the birthday boy. He's saying birthday boy. Was it okay? So I'm seeing someone birthday blowing out the candles.
Nice.
Yeah, he's doing well, and he's gonna keep on. He's gonna keep on tickling your feet.
Interesting.
I
I don't know. We don't know where he gets it from. I mean, obviously we know where he gets it from, but it must mean something to somebody.
Yeah. So it, you know, normally I have this weird thing about like covering up my feet at the end of the bed, like so that nothing can touch me. Not that anyone would want to touch my feet anyway. But in your case, Joe, leave those feet out, because I don't know. Maybe he's got a foot thing, but I think it's affection and love and letting you know he's around and he's keeping an eye out on you and he loves you.
Awesome. So we got a question on the screen there from YouTube, from Brenda Johnson. She says, Rob, do you ever see me ever getting to move to New York as she desires?
Brenda
Johnson, yep. She's on the YouTube stream.
Hi Brenda. Yeah. Moving to New York. You know that there's a saying that I've always loved it, that life is something that happens when you're busy making other plans. I think in this case, this is going to be the case for you. I think an opportunity is going to come your way. What I'm shown is an opportunity, a bridge. Now that bridge shows me opportunity on the other side. That truly is greener grass than where you are. Whether it's New York or not, I don't know, but it's coming soon, and it's a huge opportunity. I'm going to take a card for you too, because
yes.
All right, we'll pull a card. All right, so serendipity, thinking of you. Serendipity is everything. It's like the phrase, turn a different corner, and you do something. Your fate is changed. The fates will change, like right and left. Someone who's going to pass away in your life, okay? You do something that influences that. They don't pass, all right? Just by chance. You likely don't even know it, but it's constantly changing and evolving, as is the dynamic of everyone that influences everything around you. So yeah, I mean, it's serendipity that will happen. So yes, yeah. If it's New York, I don't know, but like I was saying earlier, believe in that absolutely 100% within yourself and manifest it. Feel yourself there in New York. All right.
That's the one thing that I've learned in the past few years is that things just happen the way that they're supposed to happen. And if, you know, things just seem to fall into place when you least expect it. And if New York is what you want, New York is what you'll get. You just got to keep focusing on your goal, and you'll get there. Anybody can do anything that they want to do. They just got to put their mind to it. I mean, look at the things that we've accomplised. You know, with limited budgets. I mean, things that we just. I mean, amazing.
You know, I sometimes Dan I'll tell you. I say, you know, in past episodes, I felt, good God, I mean, and the same with Megan. You know, I said to her, there was an episode we did a couple seasons ago at Wilson Castle. All those seasons are on Paranormal Reality TV channel on Roku. 6 seasons or something like that. But we were at Wilson Castle up in Vermont, and you know it well, Dan.
Yeah, I was just there.
And it was of course, when you're going to investigate a castle in the middle of nowhere, you're going to do it in February, right? That makes sense. Just happened to be that they were so busy that was the only thing that was available, one of the few dates that were available that worked with all of our schedules. And when we got there, we were like, okay, the power went out. Now they have a solar power grid because they're like a bit off the grid, not completely, but
Basically,
sufficiently, yeah. And the solar power had gone down. The sun hadn't gone out, but there was a problem with the grid. So, and the temperature was minus 23 degrees.
yeah, because the place is not heated. Only like one room in the whole castle is warm.
So it turns into a survival show. I mean, we never portrayed it at that, but you see where the interviews are going on, you can see my breath going out. We had 2 huge roaring fires going, which did next to nothing, within that huge castle. But my point I was getting to, or getting away from, was that really just, no matter what you have to work with, you battle on, you make it work, you believe it, and it will happen.
That's right.
No is not an option.
That's right.
Failure is not an option. New York.
Shout out to Donna Murphy. She's in South Australia, tuning in.
Hi, Donna. Good day, mate.
Good day.
She's
we got this question that's been just sitting out to me here. It's been on my mind. So we got to pull a card for Kathy. Her birthday is this Friday, so happy birthday, Kathy.
Happy birthday.
She just started seeing somebody new, and she wants to know if it's going to be a good relationship.
Well, I mean, to start off with, I mean, it being a Sag, you got the upper hand to begin with. And of course you want to know. Saggies are, very nurturing, very passionate individuals. Mine's November 20th, so I'm a Scorpio, but I'm right on the cusp, Yes, yeah. There's authenticity in what is happening in every part of your life right now. There is even more change coming, to the point where if someone said to you, this and this is going to happen in your life in the next 6 months, you'd be like, yeah, what are you smoking? And it's not at all like that. Embrace everything, including the challenges that you're going to face. There are going to be some small obstacles in the first couple of months, 2-3 months of the year, as there are for a lot of us. But specifically for you, this relationship is authentic, it's real, and as is everyone in your tunnel, in your immediate circle right now, that will help you through that and into an incredible new year. Amazing. There's a lot of love and a lot of positive energy coming your way.
That's cool. Rob, what was your favorite location that you've been to in all the years that you've investigated, and why? And don't say Hinsdale House, because I know you love that place, but it's like I'm on the show, so like, other than the Hinsdale House, what would you say was one of your favorite locations that you've ever been to?
Wow. Okay. Well, I've been doing this for 25 years. So 15 years before I started the video document, before the Ghost Finders were born. In all my travels, are you speaking about ever, or are you talking
Anywhere
about within the confines of
in your life?
Okay. Absolutely. Definitively. I would say the pyramids of Giza.
Oh, wow.
And the temples of Abu Simbel, Valley of the Kings, Valley of the Queens. Egypt was a pulsing, immediate, and continual mind. It really was, a mindfuck.
So much mystery there.
It was sensory overload over and over and over and over. There were ancient spirits manifesting to me. There were spirits from the 50s. There were archaeologists. There were people. There were tourists. There were people who had. It was just almost unbearable. It was like a good unbearable, where you've got like, oh my God, there's a new season of so and so starting, and a new season on the same night on the other side of in Netflix, and then on Amazon we've got, and they're all starting on the same day and pretty much the same evening. So it was like that. It was like, God, wow! I just walked into a room full of sushi.
Yeah.
And I can't eat 3,600 pieces of sushi.
No.
So I just it was overwhelming in any sense of the word. Egypt, once this is all settled down, is definitely a place that I recommend. Specifically, the Valley of the Kings. Unbelievable.
Awesome. That's really cool. That's really cool that you've got to be there. And I know that a lot of people involved with the paranormal are probably very jealous of you right now, because that's always been a place on my list that I would like to go. And it's not, you've traveled the world, and to be able to go to some of the locations that you've been to is pretty amazing. So if you ever get the chance to sit down with Rob, ask him questions about all the places he's been to, because he's, you might think that he might be in the U.S. for the past few years. What has it been? 10 years, 11 years? How long you been here for?
I've been here 23 years. I came here. I first visited in 95.
I don't want to date you, but he's traveled the world, so.
You said you did want to date me.
No, I don't want to date you. Not very.
I don't think your wife would be thrilled about that.
Nah.
Either. I just want to show you something really quickly before
All
we
right.
go on. Heather is watching. I just want to show you this insane relic of a passport of mine. Okay, this is the craziest thing. I was just going through. I just renewed all my
Yes, because we're gonna need it this year.
Yes. But you have to see this old British passport of mine. It's absolutely bonkers. It's 1,000 years old, like me. Jesus,
You got this back when like the Clash was first coming out.
Yeah, I think we'll change the subject about when it was issued, but yeah, yeah, I was very fortunate. I spent about 5 years before I had kids, before I came to the States and had kids, just traveling the world. I was living in Amsterdam in the Netherlands at the time, and I just thought, okay, for 5 years, I'm going to.
When she brings it, we'll show it. Yeah. But there's a general consensus in the chat. A lot of people talking about 2021. I put Sue's question up from YouTube, but a lot of people are mentioning 2021, asking if you feel like, will this pandemic actually be over? Is it going to continue to go past the year into 2022? It'll be done this year.
No, there will be some other events this year that are going to be huge challenges for us. One unfortunate man-created disaster, but no challenges that we won't overcome and move on.
We always overcome.
Yeah. As far as 2022, no, I see the latter half of this year, this coming year, but just literally being full of abundance of blessings and of a complete re-understanding of the kindness of where we can get as a world, as a people, okay, by love, by embracing and feeling and putting out love, as opposed to hatred and killing and wars. Politics I won't ever discuss on these or on the show. I'm going to tell you that it doesn't matter either way, because we have more that unites us, 1,000,000 times more things that unite us than divide us. Okay.
Yep.
Remember that. This is the old relic.
There it is. Oh my God. Wow.
And oh God, this is gonna be a picture of me that's like a million years old. All right. So Her Britannic Majesty's government. So there's me. Up. There you go. Yeah.
So if you guys ever wanted to know what he looked like without a beard, there you go.
Good Lord. Yeah. That's my mugshot. And let's see, let's have a look. 25th of June 2000. My God. That seems like an age away. So we've got Suriname, we got Indonesia, we got the Netherlands, we've got Dutch Curacao, we've got India here, we've got Germany, we got God, this is all Netherlands.
So it's like
Germany.
It's like having a vet, an old vet, just that you see sitting at the park that nobody's talking to. And I need people to start asking you questions, man. You got a lot to say. You should have a book written or two.
Well, you know what? I'm working. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm working on one. I'm actually working on paranormal poetry. Look, we got Egypt there. We got Egypt here.
That was a good lead-in, wasn't it?
Huh?
That was a good lead-in for you to talk about what you're working on.
It was.
It was a lead-in.
Anyway, Indonesia, another fantastic place
to
visit.
So Cody Gear, he was our DP in California.
Cody.
And he had COVID in October, and he's actually in the hospital seeking treatment right now, or receiving treatment. So everybody send him positive vibes. He's in Atlanta.
Positive vibes to Cody, a fantastic guy. Cody Gear, really great person to work with. He worked with us. He was our go-to.
Just did an amazing job.
I did an amazing job at our Winchester, San Jose location, and God bless you, mate. Sending healing energy and positive energy your way, and I know you're going to make this. It's actually related to Richard Gere too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the gear. I made a joke when we started talking when we were crewing up, and I said, "Oh yeah, related to Richard Gere," and he was like, "Yeah," and it's like, "Say what?"
Bernice used to hate when I did this to her. You see the question? She would get so mad at me. She'd get so mad. I go, "Come on, Bernice, you have a 50-50 chance of being right," you know?
Well, you know what?
I will be a first-time aunt in June, Rob. Her name's Jennifer Rebecca. She's a spiritual psychic medium as well. And she said, we think the baby is a girl. And do you see anything or feel anything about the baby? Do you feel like she's right? It's going to be a girl. And do you feel like...
Okay.
I mean, you got a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. So I'm seeing someone. Give me a name. Give me a name. If you could.
A name of what?
Of the wait. So is it her that's pregnant?
No, she's going to be an aunt.
She's going to be an aunt. Okay. All right. So well, who is going to be the aunt? Aunt Becca.
Jennifer.
Okay. Jennifer. So yes.
Pink all the way.
No shadow of a doubt. Yep. No shadow of a doubt whatsoever. Yeah. Wow. I also noticed that you're picking my brain too about some other stuff. Well, let's talk some more if we get the opportunity, and we can talk more about this wonderful this new part of your life. Embrace the anthood. I don't know what the anthood, antdom that is coming your way. A new life is always a beautiful thing. And Yeah.
You're check this out, Rob. Remember what you said before about somebody's tickling feet?
Thanks,
What?
Rob.
Thanks, Rob. That means a lot. And my grandpa has been tickling my feet every night. See?
Well,
it didn't mean anything. It doesn't mean it's something for everybody, but there's what it meant something for someone, and you said it for a reason. His grandfather was coming through. How funny is that? That's amazing.
And the funny thing about it is that it really, all it takes is just simply for us to remove those blinkers, and you'll start seeing signs, and you start seeing that you've got a lot of help on this road of life with you. When you start to observe these little things that are happening, more and more of it sort of comes to, it's like when you're in a bar and you're having a few drinks, and the guy that's chatting you up, not me, the guy who's chatting you up, he's looking, fantastic, and then as the alcohol wears off, you're like, oh, and you're seeing other things, things that are manifesting that were always there, but you just dismissed as, oh yeah, there was the light flickering, I'll have to get that fuse fixed. So Joe, grandfather, wow, reach out and connect in a big way. Was there any significance with the candles? With the I thought I was seeing a birthday cake.
I mean, if seriously, if anybody has any questions for Rob, you want to connect with him, just hit him up on Facebook. I mean, it's probably the easiest way. If you wanted to get a reading with him, he'd probably be more than happy to do that as well. Right, Rob?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. All you have to do is connect with me on my webpage. You see it, Rob Thompson Spirit Medium.
There you go.
And that'll come up.
And if you're having a problem getting in contact with him, and you need me to play the whatever, contact me and I'll get you his phone number, something, and we'll get you in contact.
Thank you. Yes, please do. I would love to meet everybody. His birthday was on Christmas, Joe says. Okay.
Oh, did he?
His grandfather. Okay, so it was the birthday. Reunions are really, I think that we can learn as much, if not more, from our family and our friends, our spiritual guides, and our beloved ascended angels, in individuals who are part of a big part of our life in this life, sometimes more so than any. We just have to listen. The most important thing, you'll see I'm covered in beads and things that mean a lot to me, that think for spiritual protection and also elevation. But the most important thing that you can ever have is just an open mind and an open heart, and to understand how manifestation works. I want to tell you very quick about how someone came to me the other day and they were like, this year is going to suck. I've got this, I've got that going on. This is going to happen. And it's the pandemic and this and that and that and the other. And I'm like, wow, that's what you want. That's what you want for 2021. And he's like, well, of course it's not what I want. And I'm like, well, that's what you're going around thinking about though, right? He's like, well, yeah. How can I not? Like, okay, so what the universe is hearing is it's hearing Dave. We'll call him just Dave G. And by association, manifestation, Dave G, mother-in-law, pain in the ass, ex-wife, won't even go there for you, Dave. Money problems, health issues, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is what Dave wants. And it send out the cards for you. No, don't be Dave. Don't be, sorry, Dave. Don't be Dave. All right? Dave, don't be Dave. Wake up in the morning and don't be like, okay, well, right, I'm supposed to meet so-and-so and that's going to suck. Stop yourself. Stop yourself. Open your eyes. Think, I got blessed for another day. This is another day. I'm alive. And I can do anything with this day. I can do anything. I'm going to turn my life 180 degrees around. You know why? because I can. You know, don't me, can't,
It's
won't.
it's so easy to get caught up
It
in
is.
negativity. It really is with social media. If you take away social media out of people's lives and focus on the surroundings, your people that are around you, or the people that give you love and light, or people that are positive, it really can change your outlook on a lot of things. And I know, again, it's hard. It's hard because it's out there. There's always going to be negativity out there, but try your best to cut it out. That's my best advice that I can give to anybody for this new year.
Yeah, absolutely, Dan. You've got nothing to lose. The only thing way you can lose is by, making sure that it happens. Okay. Oh, go on thinking of misery, failure. Uh, what do you have to lose? Believe it. Don't say you believe it and not believe it, because the universe will know the difference. So just focus, try and come out away from the current problems in your life, and focus and believe and feel the lift, as if all of those things have disappeared in your life. Feel it and draw yourself into and manifest that reality. Then meditate a couple minutes, let it go. Just keep doing that, and that will become your reality. Those things will manifest. Unfortunately, the reverse is also true.
They say that people that speak with their hands are very passionate. Do you guys see that when Rob talks, he's always using his hands, and when he's talking about stuff, because he's very passionate person. You guys thought this was going to be a roast tonight. We'll save that for the next show. But
Oh,
I mean, when I went live, we did this little group meeting with our group, with the Ghost Finders cast and all our supporters, and tried to come up with some ideas of things that we could do to get out there, a little bit more, things that we could do to talk with people and connect with people. And I went and did that Facebook Live out of the blue last week, or was it about a week and a half ago, about us doing this. I mean, I thought this would be fun. So if you guys like this, if you think this was a good time, you want us to do this again, we could definitely hook up another show. Maybe bring on, and we can bring the whole cast on. We could probably bring Melody and our witch.
Melody and Megan. Oh my gosh, maybe we should have the girls come on, because
We could do that too.
I think of us as sort of like almost like a paranormal, paraspiritual ABBA.
Yeah,
Most people won't remember the Swedish band ABBA, but you'll all know Dancing Queen.
I do. Yeah.
So I won't say who's who, but anyway.
We have Lindsay that wanted a card pulled before we get done here, and we'll come back, guys. We'll do this again. We promise. If you want to connect with Rob to get a card pulled, send him a message, and he'll do it for you. He'll hook you up. That's what he's here for. He's here to give healing to people. That's what he does.
That's what I love the most of everything. To be able to heal, to be able to help spirit, whether it be the living spirit or in the afterlife, in the dimension. It's a beautiful thing, and it's an honor for me to be able to learn to develop this gift. And I appreciate everybody's positive input, the way that everyone's embraced me since I've come out a couple of years ago with this, and hopefully I'll be doing this justice as I continue to grow. And
yes, you will.
Yeah.
Not hopefully, you will. Lindsay, thank you for always supporting the Ghost Finders and pushing everything that we do. She wants to know if she'll finally be able to feel a lot better health-wise this year. What card she get?
So we have the hidden path. Now. All right. What can you say? The marriage of spirit and matter, where the two combine, like, in Star Trek, the matter, antimatter reactors. Okay. Where that is happening, okay, is a humongous, it's like a nuclear reactor. That's really what it is going to reveal to you this hidden path to things you never even dreamt possible. And what that will do is the very first one of which will set you on a path to belief in yourself, and like you've never felt belief in your life. That in turn will have a snowball effect, as it always does, okay, of manifesting other things that are passionate to you, things that are important on your journey, on your path. So I hope that helps. Hidden path unveiled to you, and
I feel like there's a lot of good things that are going to happen for her this year. So
there's a metamorphosis. It's you have you have evolved, and you're emerging from that chrysalis to reveal and spread those beautiful wings far and wide. You know, there's a Taoist, an interesting Taoist story about the boy who's in the garden in China, you know, and he sees this this struggling butterfly trying to get out, and it's stuck, and it's trying to pull its wings through, and he takes his knife and he just snips part of the chrysalis that is obstructing the wings to let it go through, and out it goes through, and it stays on that leaf until it dies.
wow.
In the sun, in the baking sun. Why did that happen? Well, unbeknown to the boy, that struggle was necessary part of the universe. It was that struggle itself which gave the life and the flight path. It had to pull its wings through that tiny opening to pull the blood through the veins in its wings so that it could fly away. So with the best of intentions, trying to help by cutting a corner, you know, from that painful struggle, actually was an undoing. And I think there's a lesson to be learned there, is that the struggle that we're going through right now, for whatever reason, it's a necessary part of the journey that we can only or can best embrace and turn it into something positive that will allow us to fly into this brand new year.
I love it. All right, well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't believe 1 hour went so quick. But we'll do this again. We promise. We'll get some dates laid down. We'll talk as a group and try to bring on some of the other cast members and connect with you guys again. Happy New Year to everybody out there listening. Here's to an awesome 2021, and you'll be hearing more from the Ghost Finders very soon, very soon.
Thank you so much, and God bless, and stay safe. Stay safe, please. Please celebrate like I'm going to, and you know, in front of the telly. And I would say watch Ghost Finders, and we can watch Ghost Finders.
There you go.
New Year's Rockin' Eve, whatever it is. Stay safe. Be careful. God bless, and love each other.